take is actually going to come from Josh Hart. Yeah, gentlemen, he's already said that 2020 is over. And if James Harden goes to Brooklyn, then I'll see y'all in 2022 because they've got 2021. Yeah, and I agree with him. BJ, if Harden goes to the Nets, they are unstoppable.
Well, on paper, it certainly would appear that way, but I don't think this is a hot take, and I'm going to tell you why. At some point, you're going to have to ask yourself this question. There's only one ball out there. I have not one, not two, but I have three guys that's very capable at any given night of going for 50 or more points. Well, last time I checked, only one of those guys are going to shoot. That means the other two are going to be on the wing or, having to take a lesser role. These guys are all prolific offensive players, to the 10th degree. If you put Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden offensively, it's phenomenal. But who are you going to give the ball to? Because all of those guys, and all of them, are very, very capable of just erupting at any given time. I don't like the spacing on the floor. I don't like the chemistry that's needed to win a championship. But certainly as an offensive threat, you're excited if you really love that side of the ball. But I'm going to ask myself the biggest question. Who are they going to stop? Who's going to play defense with this group? And more importantly, who's going to be the first guy to become a facilitator on this team? So offensively, if you're just saying one-on-one basketball, yeah, I agree with you. But someone's going to have to pass. Someone's going to have to set screens. Someone's going to have to make the hockey assist. And I don't know which one is going to give up that opportunity to do what they all do best, which is to put that ball in the basket.
This isn't me labeling Mike D'Antoni as a coach that doesn't want to focus on the defensive side of the game. But all I'm going to say is D'Antoni joins the Nets coaching staff, and all of a sudden you're talking about three of the most generational offensive players of our generation anyway, all of a sudden being linked to play together. So Mo, I need to know, do you believe that this is actually a legitimate hot take? If James Harden does join the Nets, does that make them unstoppable?
Well, first and foremost, JD, I have to address the take itself. If I'm a GM or a coach of an NBA team and one of my players is sat on Twitter talking about, no, we may as well not try this year. No, the Brooklyn Nets are going to win it. First of all, what kind of mentality is that as an athlete and as a competitor? That really raises some questions for me. I wasn't, when I saw that tweet from Josh Hart, it made me think, hold on a sec. This is the kind of thing that I would expect to see from a James Harden Stan account, not from an NBA player. So that's my opinion on that take. Here's my thing with it, right? I don't think we've ever seen a team with, let's say they're three of the top 5 scorers in the league right now, all on one squad. Let's be completely honest. If they can get it together and, play with that chemistry, no one's going to be able to guard this team because you've got 3 of the best scorers on earth playing in the same team. BJ, you're completely right with their defensive concerns. That's going to have to be an issue that they address. And if they do trade for James Harden, they're going to give up significant depth as well. So the depth and the defense are big question marks for me. But everyone's talking about this chemistry. And for me, it's a chance for these guys to prove everyone wrong. We all know that KD spends a lot of time on Twitter, seeing what people think of him. And we all know Kyrie has his mentality, if we'll call it like that. And, James Harden has heard the criticisms about him not having a ring. And, when these three guys come together, I've heard that they've been working out, Durant and Harden have been working out in LA over the past few weeks. They definitely are trying to put this in play themselves. Now, this kind of reminds me almost of when Danny Ainge put together the Big Three in Boston in 2007, because Kevin Garnett was that guy in Minnesota. He'd won MVPs and all of that there. Paul Pierce was that guy in Boston. He had the ball in his hands all of the time. And Ray Allen, people have only seen Ray Allen on the Celtics and the Heat. They think he's a spot-up shooter. But don't be fooled. Ray Allen on the Sonics and Ray Allen on the Bucks, that boy was a problem. But those three got together and they put their egos aside, and collectively, all three of them sacrificed for the betterment of the team. The question is whether these guys at this stage of their career are now willing to do that. KD had a taste of that in Golden State. Kyrie's seen things go horribly wrong. And the other thing is, he didn't get along with the guys in Boston. He was unhappy with Tatum and Brown taking those shots. But they're younger guys. Maybe he'll have a higher level of respect for the Harden and the Durant of the team because they're older. They've got more experience. They've been to the finals before. And then, they're looking at the other pieces that are coming in as well. They're talking about getting Serge Ibaka. You've got DeAndre Jordan anchoring it. So I don't think they're going to be a great defensive team, no. But it's going to be one of those things, can you outscore them? because with those three on the court, you can try and shut down one, you can try and shut down two, but I don't think we've ever seen a three-headed scoring monster like this before in this league.
Good grammar and spelling are important,